Would you say, let me ask you, if people describe you, would they say that you are meek, that you are poor in spirit, that there's contrition, that you're a peacemaker? These words, do they describe you, that you're so hungry for God, you're so thirsting for God? Do these words describe you? Jesus is changing and transforming his followers. You say, well, does anyone do this stuff? I mean, who does this? Take a look at Acts chapter 2. We find out they were listening to Jesus because they did start to live it out. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship, to the breaking of bread, and to prayer. Everyone was filled with awe at the many wonders and signs performed by the apostles. Every day, daily grace, they continued to meet together in the temple courts. They broke bread in their homes. They ate together with glad and sincere hearts. They were praising God and enjoying the favor of all the people. And the Lord added to their number daily those who were being saved. It just sounds like a great time, doesn't it? It sounds like revival. And most people, as they hear this, they would just kind of picture, and they just kept singing Kumbaya day after day. But you know what happened to these people who heard the Sermon on the Mount, put it into practice? Do you know what happened next? They were killed. They were murdered. 11 of the 12 apostles were martyrs, and the blood was shed. And that's why when you want to live this out, the next part of what Jesus says is so important. Look at verse 10. Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven, for in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. Even in the West, if you're not being persecuted for your faith right now, I think you've got to take a deep look at, are you really living for Jesus? Because those who really are living for Jesus with their decisions, with their commitments, with their morality, with their words, with their boldness, those who are really living for Jesus, persecution. Definite persecution. In our country, not as much bloodshed, but could be a lot of social, relational comments, persecution. If we're not being persecuted right now in America following Jesus, I think we got to take a look at, are we just doing religion? Are we just doing American cultural Christianity? Is that what we're doing? Because if we're really putting the Beatitudes into practice, there's going to be persecution.